Hello everyone, Professor Halsey here. This is section 6.2 in our Zybook assignments, and this is CESI150. Today we're looking at writing files. Writing to a file gives us the ability to write to a file from within our program to store data permanently, or whatever we come up with within our code. So they have an example here of writing to a file. And you can see, just like we were reading from the file, we have to open the file first and give it the file name. And then we use the W specifier to write to the file. And if you come down just a little bit, you'll see the different specifiers. Open for reading, and here we use W, that's open for writing. If the file doesn't exist, then the file is created. Contents of an existing file are overwritten. Okay, so if I open it for writing and it already exists, it's going to overwrite the existing file. Okay, just so you know. And it's not polite like Windows and says, "Are you sure you want to do this?" It just does it because you coded it to do that. Okay. The write method accepts a string argument only. Integers and floating point values must first be converted to a string. And they give an example of that here where we write the string value of the numbers to the file. Okay, and again, the other modes, we know read, write A opens the file for appending. So if the file doesn't exist, the file is created. If it does exist, writes are added to the end of the existing file content, so it doesn't overwrite, it appends. Additionally, a programmer can add a plus character to the end of a mode, like read plus and write plus to specify an update mode. Update modes allow for both reading and writing of a file at the same time. Okay, so here for each question, complete the statement. To open my file.txt with the appropriate mode, data will be appended to the end of the contents. A. If the file exists, existing contents will be overwritten by the new data. If not, data will be written to a new file, and that's the write mode. Existing contents will be read and new data will be appended. No, that's the append mode. Okay. A plus. There we go. All right, our output buffer. Okay. Output to a file is buffered by the interpreter before being written to the computer's hard drive. So it knows it has to create a certain amount of area and then it does write. By default, data is line buffered, meaning the data is written to the disk only when a new line character is output, or each new line. Thus, there may be a delay between a call of write and writing that data to the disk. The following will illustrate. Output is buffered. All right, so in the first here statement, my file equals open my file text with a specifier of W executes, which opens a file named myfile.txt for writing. Okay, the statement myFileWrite num executes. The interpreter stores NUM in a buffer. Statement my file write 5 executes. The interpreter stores 5 in a buffer. Statement my file write \n execute. That's a new line. The interpreter stores \n in a buffer. Writing a new line causes the buffer to be written to the file. So num5 is placed in myfile.txt. But not until the new line happened. So that's what we have to be aware of. Okay, using flush to force an output buffer to write to disk. So you can do a flush, which is a forced write. The statement f.write 10.0 always produces an error. Yes, it would, because it has to be a string. The write method immediately writes data to a file. We just looked at that. No, it doesn't. It waits till it gets the new line or a flush. The flush method and perhaps OSFsync forces the output buffer to write to the disk. Yes, it does. Okay, we have an optional challenge activity here. That means it doesn't affect our grade, but it does help us learn more about reading to and from files. I'm going to walk through it real quick for you. We have a file name, paints data, and value 1 paint value are read from the input. Perform the following task. They want us to open the file paints data for writing and assign paints _ file with the opened file name or with the opened file. Okay, so we're going to start paints _ file is where they want it to go. And we're going to open paints _ data for writing. Okay, next they want us to write 1 paint value followed by a new line to paints file, overwriting any existing contents. Okay, so we're looking at paints _ file, and we're going to use the write to 1 _ paint value. All right, so we're taking 1 _ paint _ value and passing that to paints _ file. We're using the write command, so it will overwrite any existing contents. Okay, then we wanted a new line as well, so we're going to use paints _ file, and we'll send out a write with a \n for a new line. Okay, and then close the paints file. So we have paints _ file dot close. Okay, I'm not sure if I go back if it'll still have it. I had jumped to the next one. It didn't. That should have been paints data on line. It was like line 5. One of the first lines I typed in, paints data, was wrong. It didn't have the S in it. So make sure you update that. Okay, and then moving on to the next level. Okay, here file 3.txt is open for writing. File obj is assigned with the open file. And we can see that here, integer start x is read from the input. Complete the following task. Write the values of start x minus 3, and start x minus 6 to file obj. Separate each value with a comma. Okay. Alright, so we'll do file underscore obj dot write. And we're writing the string value of start x. Okay. Then we'll put in a comma, so we'll have the file underscore obj dot write, and we'll send out a comma. Okay. Next, we'll do the x minus 3, the same as we did the x. So I like to copy, paste, and modify. Yep. Okay. And then with the x minus 6, after that one, instead of the comma, we want a new line. And that forces it to write to the file, right? Then we're going to write the string value of start x plus, and here we'll have the start x minus 3, and here's the, and here we have the start underscore x minus 6. And we need 3 closing parentheses there. Make sure you get all 3 of those. Alright, and then after that, we want another write with a new line. So I'll come after that and get my new line. Okay, I think I got everything in the right order. Let's see. Looks like it. Alright, let's move on to the next level. Okay, last one in this section, we have customer data and value. One customer val are read from input. All right, so that's what we have. First 2 lines. Perform the following task. Open the file customers data with the W plus update mode for reading and writing at the same time. Assign customers file with the opened file. Okay, so we'll come in here and we'll have our customers underscore file, and we open our customers underscore data in the write plus mode. Okay, write one customer val to customer's file, overwriting any existing content. So we use customers dot file or underscore file with the dot write command. and we're sending it 1_customer_thou. Okay, call customers files flush. So we have customers _file dot flush to force it to update and go to and write to the file. Okay, that came out well, so thank you very much, and I will see you shortly for 6.3.